Sono entusiasta di condividere la grande notizia della partnership con CoinW. Buon sesto anniversario all'exchange di criptovalute. Sono entusiasta della nostra partnership di grande impatto per il mondo Web3 e per tutti i tifosi di sport. Ridefiniamo la storia e dominiamo il gioco.
Dreams keep flying away. As somewhere far beyond, keep chasing them and I never rest for a day. There's something I don't do. I feel the wind blowing my face, but that's alright. I smile at people passing by. Some smile back, some might not. I'm always looking for a shade when it's hot. I've been low key and I'm trying to stop. God, I'm feeling good. Yeah, but when off I go, pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. Yeah, but when off I go, pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. It's been a while since I ran into you on a street. I wonder if you moved. Hope everything is going amazing for you, and you're not feeling blue. I feel the rain pour down my face, but that's alright. I smile at people passing by. Some smile back, some might not. I'm always looking for a shade when it's hot. I've been low key and I'm trying to stop. God, I'm feeling good. Yeah, but when off I go, pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. Yeah, but when off I go, pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. I slip to the right, bind it to the day. I slip to the right. I slip to the third, bind it to the day. I slip to the third. God, I'm feeling good. Yeah, but when off I go, pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. Yeah, but when off I go, pretty afternoon, it's a fast forward. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind.
Hi everyone. Hello. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Well, good morning, afternoon, or evening based wherever you are right now, and welcome to our Emerging Web3 Trends AMA session as a part of the CoinW's International Women Festival Virtual Summit, the second part. So we have got an awesome panel experts here, female leaders in blockchain, AI, DeFi. I'm very excited. I'm your host, Sitora, and very thrilled to be joined by you guys. So let's welcome to join us for this discussion, Carmen Tan, Lindy Han, Sue, and Daria Varha. Welcome, ladies.
Hi.
Thank you for having me, Sitora. It's very nice to meet you all of you.
Yeah, I'm excited to discuss the future of Web3 with everybody today.
Right. I'm so ready to speak to everyone around the world.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to sharing insights for emerging trends in Web3. I'm very excited for the topics today.
Likewise. Oh, by the way, there's a little typo in my name. So I'm Daria. But that happens, that's fine. Slavic names are always a pain.
Is it Dara, right?
Daria with I.
I apologize, Daria. That's a beautiful name.
It's all right. It happens. Nice to meet everyone.
All right, let's dive in straight into our discussion. Our first question is here directed to all of our guests. Web3 tech evolving like crazy every day. What do you think are the coolest applications that could totally shake up industries beyond just finance and blockchain? What are the coolest applications you reckon? Let's go with Daria.
Throwing me under the bus, huh? Hello. Yeah, for me personally, since I represent a DeFi project and a security tool and privacy tool, for me personally, it's always the future of finance. It's so incredibly to see how we shift from traditional banking and neobanks into something more free and liberating on one hand, and always a little bit obscure on the other hand. So for me personally, the development of DeFi space and it transforming and maturing and becoming a powerful player in the industry, this is something that is just beyond my excitement, I would say, because it is the future and we're witnessing it and we're building it and we're at the forefront. And what can be more exciting than to be a pioneer?
I think we're having a network problem.
Oh, I wonder. Was okay with me?
My side. That's
I
fine.
can hear, yeah, it's fine from my side. I can hear Daria clearly, but like Sitora a little bit lagging from you.
Oh, is it me lacking?
Yes.
Sorry. I don't know.
Actually, I can hear you pretty fine. Can you have problems?
From
Is it
your
still
end?
lagging?
Yeah.
It's better now. I can hear you.
All right. I hope it gets better.
I hear you clear.
Yeah, same. All
All
good.
right. Let's continue. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Where were we?
The first question still. We are on the first question.
Years, and Dara has just finished her.
I could not hear Daria, honestly. So, well, if you guys did hear her well, let's move on to next guest, please. Maybe Carmen, you want to add something here?
Okay. So actually from my end, this is what I see. The projections of Web3 extends for beyond finance and blockchain. One area that I wanted to flag particularly promising is decentralized identities management.
I don't think we can hear you well.
No,
Sorry.
I
Yeah,
can.
me either. I can. It's like echoing, like the echoing around the room.
Yeah. Probably. You guys can hear me?
Yes, now
Yes.
better.
No better?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Is
should
it
be
okay
close.
that I rejoin? Is it okay that I rejoin again?
All right. Why don't you, Sue? Would you want to take over for this question?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. But I think
Let me
Carmen,
rejoin it. I think it's
very
much better.
close to the micro is going to be better.
All
I'll
Okay.
be right back.
For this question, I think we should highlight the potential of Web3, and like for now we are bringing a lot of things like close to our like daily life into the Web3. Like we have AI into Web3, we have like a social, like our activity on social network is also on Web3. So we have a SocialFi. So I think that the Web3 is getting bigger, and we're adding more and more like applications, especially the application that we have in our real life into Web3. And I do think that Social 5 and many other things related to like entertainment. Before we only have a GameFi, but now we have some other kind of entertainment application like content creators or their fans can also use the Web3 to monetize from the Web3 I think that's also one of the very promising application. And it's also AI as well. Like it starts from the traditional businesses and we bring it on the Web3 spaces. And I think that is also very promising. We extend the Web3 spaces into something like by including more and more like real life applications. So it's very promising. The social 5 and AI and something related to our real life.
That's
I think I
very
just finished.
great insight. Thank you so much. Hi, Carmen. Is it all good with your connection right now?
I'm back.
Great. Well,
Should be all
Linda,
right.
are you here?
Can you guys hear me clear now?
Lindy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Do you want to add some thoughts on this topic?
Yeah, I can go next. Yeah. So what I see as the most promising stuff about Web3, basically Web3, I feel that yeah, it definitely goes beyond financial. It started with financial because financial is the thing that speaks the easiest to everybody around the world. Everybody around the world, we need to survive and we need money to survive. So I mean, if blockchain has started off by talking about some obscure technology, some new technology, not as many people would have come on board. So, but now that more people have come on board, I believe that it is the time is right that we can expand beyond finance and go into other sectors. So, what I see is the most exciting for me personally is that decentralization um, breaks down barriers. It opens access to many people for different things in which they otherwise might face barriers to. So in certain countries or in certain communities, say like women are not allowed to do certain things, or if you don't earn a base salary of above X dollars, you don't have access to certain things, or maybe your internet is blocked by firewall. But now with decentralized technology with Web3, basically that there are applications for almost every sector in Web2, be it social fi, be it GameFi or whatever. So nowadays there's less friction. So let's say you want to play certain games, if you can't enter through Web2, then you just go the Web3 way. Or if you want like say crypto debit cards, right? Yeah, I know that's finance. Okay, let's maybe it's social fi, like Firecaster. So let's say you get banned on Twitter or something happens or maybe you cannot register because of your nationality or your IP address. Firecaster isn't going to ban you. So yeah, so basically, the main premise is the openness of permission, such that people are no longer restricted by their background, and wherever they are and however little they can contribute, they are still able to do so. That's where I see the most potential of Web3.
That's awesome. Great to hear. How about Carmen? Last thoughts on this topic?
Yes, yeah, I do agree of all above saying. Yeah, but we have to know that before we stepping into this stage, that there's a lot of educations, efforts that we really need to chip in and put in from us, the crypto anxieties, because when you train the users until this level of independency that they would actually know how to access to decentralize or beyond just Web3 or far beyond finance, they really need to know how to keep their private key in safe, right? The securities, and how do they actually seek for remedies if, let's say, there's an errors that happenings. Yeah, these are actually the most challenging parts, as I see, that how do we overcome and until we reach that everyone having their freedoms of owning devices or the advantage of blockchain. Yeah.
That is right. 100% agreed. Well, that great insights. Our next question is actually very connected. I would say it's like on the rapidly growing field is that DeFi from Web3. That's what comes to us. So let's go with Lindy. What emerging trends or innovations within the DeFi space do you find particularly compelling?
Perfect. This is
I-
like my favorite topic. It's my favorite topic because my main focus is DeFi, because what we do at Li.Fi is cross chain and same chain infrastructure, and a lot of this is in sync with DeFi. So we power swaps, we power perp dexes, etc. Right. So most recently, the trend has been real world assets. So mainly has been treasury bonds, because the interest rates of treasury bonds have been going up because of the inflation in the US. Actually, other than treasury bonds, there are other things that can be tokenized as well. Uh, Equities can also be tokenized. Gold, silver, anything can be tokenized basically, as long
all
as it's
commodities, yes.
yes, exactly. But the ones that have been most in the view of people, especially for Web2 people, have been treasury bills, of which we have we work with many real world asset protocols, so that now it's open to everybody. Traditionally, there are certain restrictions, like you must be an accredited investor, etc. But now there are ways to open exposure to you, even if you don't have a US bank, even if you are not an accredited investor. And not only that, but there can be cross-linked uh, between traditional finance and Web3 finance, in the sense that if you have a treasury bond, you can also use it to trade like stable coins or Bitcoin, Ethereum. Yeah. So there's no such thing as, okay, if I hold dollars, then I can only trade dollar assets. If I hold crypto, I can only trade crypto assets. It can be interchangeable these days. So yeah, that's how I see the future
Wow.
of finance. And this is good because it makes the market more liquid, so that prices move more in sync, so that the price gaps will not be so big. It's good for liquidity, and also because Web3 is 24/7, whereas trade finance only works during
Yeah.
office hours. There's the gap during non-office hours and the weekends where people are stuck. So but then now, since there's Web3 around, let's say let's say you hold a Tesla stock, and then something happens on Saturday, and then you can't do anything about it until Monday. But in Web3, if there's a tokenized version of the Tesla stock, then markets will move. And on Monday, when the stock markets reopen, it has to follow the weekend market. Yeah, so yeah, I'm excited to see this happen.
Exactly. That's like more adoption in the market. Yes. Who wants to add more on the DeFi topic?
I will
Daria, you
happily
also said, yeah,
add.
yes. I remember you saying DeFi from the first moment. Yes, go ahead, please.
And I would like to add that because DeFi gives more inclusivity across the board, it allows people from less fortunate countries to actually gain access to things they couldn't before. And we're not talking about just like female role or or income cap, but we're also talking about just the standard peer-to-peer transactions and peer-to-peer services, because let's take, for example, currently Turkey, with incredibly insane high inflation that is killing off the local currency. It was actually one of the ways for people to preserve their capital, preserve their basic income from being eaten up with inflation. So the DeFi opens a lot of doors. And one thing that is very compelling is that it becomes a properly mainstream tool. Because we see more and more merging between traditional finance and Web3. We see credit cards becoming more available. Can you imagine, say, in 2013, 2015, 2017, when Web3 was just starting, that you would be able to pay for your lunch with crypto? That is insane to think of it. It was just a club for a bunch of nerds, and here we are. This becomes a mass adoption. However, another emerging trend for me personally is the privacy layer, because outside of mass markets, there is also high net individuals, and there is also people who just don't want to showcase their finance, let them be from certain geographies, or they want to just keep their things private, and they have the right to be private, even though we are living in a very open world. And the layer of privacy is one of those compelling things that are still there for Web3. And the idea of DeFi and the idea of irreversibility of certain things is also incredibly compelling, because let's say your government is run by a maniac, yeah, also I'm hearing myself spoken through somebody's mic, is run by some crazy maniac that wants to limit your access to, external world and with your finances, and you can't move your capital out of certain countries. With DeFi, the irreversibility is also a very, very compelling aspect because, government can't really stop you from doing things that you want to do. Obviously, there needs to be some sense of thought and shouldn't be illegal activities, and you clearly don't want to fund questionable organizations with that. But the ability to still have control over your funds and have control over your assets is incredibly important.
I can totally relate on that topic where some maniacs like having no access from those people. I can feel what you're saying there. Well, anybody, Sue or Carmen, would you like to add more on this topic?
Right. For me, I actually wanted to highlight the growing interest in decentralized lending and borrowing platforms, as well as the innovative yield funding strategies and liquidities mining incentive. Because for me, I actually come from like forex industry, which is part of the traditional finance, and of course, myself, I earn anti-money laundry certifications. So when this idea in Web3 just came out. In promoting of like Web3, crypto terms and all the ecosystem are enable you to lend and borrow in just cryptocurrency. The whole concept, it's really cool because we know that this only happens in traditional finance because bank and the auditing partner counterparty, they have done a deep due diligence and as well as cholesterol that and lender that we need to stack it in the bank in order to have a good amount of loan or mortgage. But in Web3 industries, we really need to take care and be one step. I see one step backward, to be honest. Yeah, uh, to stop a little bit and look at the safeties. Yeah, and security when you wanted to do this act. The concept is good that you brings the overall lendings and borrowings ideas into Web3 industries and you make it definitely DeFi ecosystem. But who will be in charge of monitoring your due diligence and collateral? Yeah, we said you can prove it with proof of works or proof of stakes or something in reward of your um, what is that? The lending or borrowing. But this is not enough just for that. Yeah. We, of course, the industry, if you need to make it to more sustainable and for long runs and landscape and well developed and applicables in our real world, I think we still need to be more looking into the particulars, not into all the details, yeah, and set it with more security, more safe, like comprehensive regulations in this regards. Yeah, because at the moment we know that the blockchain ideas is all about decentralizing, but without the exercising and the input of traditional regulations party, the the concept wouldn't be so like growing well and suitable to our day-to-day life. Yeah, this is what my opinions. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much for sharing this, Carmen. But last but not least, Sue, do you have
Yeah.
any ideas for this one?
I do agree with things, Sitora. I think I do agree with all of you guys. Like, actually, DeFi for me now it's just a very long lasting, like core things of blockchain world. We have many different chains. We have a GameFi. We have a, like the meme one. It come and go. It's get like up and down, but DeFi is just stay there because it's something is the very decentralization is something like the core things of blockchain. It's the unique selling point of blockchain, right? And I'm the marketing managers and I just like very close to our users. So I think that lots of things like should be, I mean, improved with DeFi. Like it also the chance for development of DeFi as well. Like we have a more tech advance with DeFi. Like for example, like a lot of security things and like regulations. Like also like some DeFi infrastructure. There's a lot of emerging chance in emerging like things advancements we can improve with the DeFi. And also like in case of finance, we are more into like education. We are like web 2.5. Like we just the users, we want to grow the DeFi in terms of users. We want to educate them like how DeFi work. We are like just very taking a good care of their own money. For example, teaching them how to keep your private key, for example. And the most biggest application that we are doing now is to bring DeFi into real life. It's like the real world asset. Like we bring cryptos to be able to pay for 50,000 products in 178 countries. And especially we are accessing lots of countries of very, like tech, the tech advancement. For example, lots of countries in Africa, inflations and like the losing value of their money. So we go for blockchains and for cryptos to keep their money values and also to save some, like, and to pay for electricity, to pay for the bills. And we are doing very good on that, like educating to like extend user base for DeFi, for the blockchain world, and also to helping users to engage into Web3. So actually, Pfizer is doing the Web 2.5 and educations, application, like education for users, and also like getting crypto into more real life, like just closer to their, like going to coffee, watching the cinemas, just like with like blockchains applications. Yeah. So I think we still have a lot of things to do with
That's
DeFi.
great. A lot of things going on, yes, with DeFi on you. Well, thank you for sharing a lot of insights on this DeFi topic, Lindy, Sue, Carmen, and Dara, all of you. So next up is another very hot, trendy topic, which is AI, mixing it up with blockchain in the Web3 industry. So let's go with Lindy. What are some examples? What are some cool examples of AI-powered stuff in the Web3? So how is it going to make decentralized world, decentralized networks even cooler?
So this is the hot topic of the month, hot topic of the year, I guess.
Yeah,
So yeah,
likely, yes.
yes, there are many new AI powered Web3 applications. So AI started off in Web 2, but the problem that people are saying is that it's becoming too centralized. Those who have money, they are able to put this money into AI. And the way AI works is that AI requires a lot of data and a lot of computing power, and this requires money, which means investment of billions and billions of dollars. So that's why stock price of Nvidia has been rocketing up because everybody's buying a GPU. Companies like Tesla, like Microsoft, like Google, the big tech companies, right? They have money to deploy and they are able to build their AI infrastructure and dominate. So people are saying that this has become too centralized. So when one party is able to dominate, they can potentially have a misalignment with traditional ethical thinking, or they can potentially tweak it to their benefit. I mean, everybody starts off as being having good intentions, but when the money really flows in, when the incentives and motivations are different, nobody knows what will happen. It's very easy to give in to temptation. So that's why it's important to decentralize it, and that's why that's how Web3 comes in. How Web3 comes in and innovates AI is by decentralizing it, by opening it to everybody, to like the whole world to participate, such that still a lot of data can be collected, but it will not require one party to put in a lot of money because everybody is contributing a bit and it accumulates to a lot. So this is how Tau is working. So there are many subnets basically, and there are Tau tokens, and each subnet focuses on a different on a different subsector. For example, one subnet can focus on medical AI, one subnet will focus on generative AI, etc. And everybody can contribute. So each subnet will grow according to its own expertise, and it will remain neutral because there's competition going on. So people are sticking tau to ensure that whatever information uploaded is correct and whatever the AI generates is correct, and along the lines of consensus. So other than tau, others will maybe green. Grass. So Grass is a AI protocol that is like, because AI requires a lot of computing power, right? Okay, so previously in Tau it was about the contribution of data. So here is about the contribution of computing power. So everybody has their own devices, like your laptop, your phone, your whatever, and you are not utilizing 100% of it all the time. So basically, Grass is like, it is a Chrome extension in which when you download, it will automatically contribute your unused computing resources to power AI, and you can earn from that. So people are contributing. So again, it's not like one Google or one OpenAI is putting billions of dollars into their one AI system. So everybody is contributing and everybody has a stake in it. So it is not only that. So costs are driven down. That's one thing, and another thing is that because everybody is in the community, it's not one person that's driving the direction of it. So actually there's quite a lot also that, even memes are very hot now, so there are meme AI tokens as well. Like I saw this one called Trump AI, and there's a dog AI or whatever also, but those are maybe more for fun. But I feel that these two are maybe at the forefront of like real meaningful value contribution to the world.
Yeah, right. Totally agree. Who's next? Who wants to add on this AI hot topic?
Actually, what I see now, sorry, what I see now currently, it's the current usage of the internet and devices. It hasn't gone fully automated yet, of course, but we wanted to make our life easier. Hence, we come up with auto algorithms, artificial intelligence. But what actually needs to work behind this really great tool that can drive us to go further? It's humans ourselves. Imagine, a lot of us are actually engineers. We are just what we say, waiting, right? Yeah, for one in a millions of the party sectors that helps develop the front end. How do we enter into the real completely Web3s or completely automated AI driven world? We need the access to it. That's why for me, what I see, it's now we are just at the very beginning, the early stage of started to understand what AI can help us in day-to-day kind of tasks and management. So what can we actually apply is artificial intelligence generated content instead of making the algorithm work by themselves, because we also been studied from the paragraph or the articles online. We need to be really careful of artificial intelligence cannot develop their own feelings, right? Yeah. If once they develop their own sentimental in it, then probably that will be the end of the human world, correct? Yeah. So what can we do actually with AI? It just helps us to ease our tasks on day-to-day daily life. Yeah. So currently, I personally do not see any AI power application into the Web3 ecosystem unless us humans wanted to combine it into it. Yeah. So we still working hard in a certain big party, as Forrest mentioned. OpenAI, Microsoft, they are those party that has more privilege and real financials background to input a lot into it. Of course, it comes with a lot of like CO2 waste and debrief that can affect the sustainability of the current world as well. But that's what are we driving into our future is make our life more efficient. Yeah. This is what my point of view.
Yeah, definitely. The AI is just there to help us for the human being to ease up, but not just replace it, as they have been discussing not just in the Web3 world, but in traditional world as well, their implications. If you guys, Sue and Daria, if there's not much to say about AI, should I move to the next question?
Yes, please.
Yes, I'm okay. I'm
Yeah.
okay with this. I agree with Carmen.
All right.
Really.
All right. So the next another hot topic, we already kind of mentioned it. It's about the tokenization of real world assets on the blockchain platforms. So, Daria, what
Yes.
challenges or opportunities do you anticipate in the tokenization of assets such as real estate, art, commodities? And what do you think this brings? What kind of impact on this trend on these financial markets, not just in the Web3 or crypto space?
Fun fact is, I come from Ukraine, which is a country of innovation in a way, and tokenization of real-world assets is nothing new to us. I actually had a case when I was living in an apartment building, and our neighbors, they actually sold and purchased their condo through a tokenized asset. So it was one of the first cases, I would say, of real world use for real estate market. Clearly, they had their own paperwork done and like in the normal process, but the whole transaction and payment was done in crypto, and they actually had a proper NFT for each of their documents. And from what I know, they actually sold that condo again through this system. So I would say, and it's been almost 4 years ago since then. So I would say this is actually quite not really new, but I suspect we'll see more and more of things like this. Especially we'll see this in, havens like Dubai, for example, where real estate market is booming, and we see people from all over the world coming to Dubai and, wanting to move their capital. And I'm not going to tell you which countries exactly are moving in there, but I think everybody gets the context. And overall, I would say that the real world and tokenization is definitely coming together and merging quite well. And we can see this even in carbon credits. For example, this is one of ways of actually selling and buying carbon credits at the moment. So we'll see this in eco. And we will also see tokenized bonds at some point. And with the emerging fact that we're going to see digital currency, proper, like digital dollar, digital pound, and stuff like this, we're actually going to see properly digitalized government bonds as well. And like all traditional instruments that we have out here right now, once they, I guess, don't grow up, but once they upgrade to a new reality that we're in, we'll see more and more of those things actually moving towards tokenization in a way that we see it now. And also, it's very convenient. Let's imagine you live in a country with huge bureaucracy. You just want to, sell your car very quickly, and you can just do that, and that would be much easier. And let people handle the paperwork after. So very much convenient, and I'm expecting this to be more and more broad thing for us.
I would say, yeah, it's just a matter of time. It's going to come step by step. More adoption it's going to bring, I believe, and I hope. We will see, but it's just maybe in the next decade or two, I hope. We will be all implemented. Would you like to add more thoughts on this, Sue?
Yes, actually, I did work for one like real asset like tokenization of real estate project, and it's very fun. But actually, I do think that it's still not yet a right timing. As you said, like we need like a decade or more for that to be mass adopted over the world. But we think about lots of benefits of like the tokenization and of the reward as for example, like it brings more liquidity to the Web3 markets, right? Like just we need to from get like convert from our fiat money into like crypto to bring in like to buy that kind of asset. Like it increase the market liquidity, And also like the transaction costs. For example, we remove all the middlemen, and we will save some transaction costs upon the the transfer of big amount of money. For example, we buy a house, a lot of the middleman costs for the brokers, for example. And however, I think like the biggest challenge for now is the regulations, like the legal frameworks for that tokenization of real assets. So that's why actually with finance we have a lot of real world products, like as I said, 50,000 products in 178 countries. But we're starting with something very small values, like to get users to know and also to gain confidence in using crypto to pay for things. For very big, like assets like houses or condos, like the rest of it. I haven't myself experienced any big transaction like that. But yeah, I really hope I can see it in like around coming soon. Yeah, but I think that is a chance, but it's not the right timing for now, exactly right now. But maybe in the future, like in a couple of years, I say like maybe a
We'll
decade.
see more
So
of them.
to see more, yes.
Exactly. Well, thank you for breaking it down, Daria and Sue. Well, how about next? We chat about DAOs that has been around for a while and their role in the Web3 governance. Um, Carmen, how do you see this DAO evolving in the future and how they will shape decision making, community participation in decentralized networks, or in general in the crypto space, you could say?
Right. So in the traditional, what we call key opinion influencers, KOLs. So when we moved to Web3, we wanted it to have a cool name, right? That's why this is what I
Yeah.
thought. They just name it themselves decentralized autonomous organizations because they, at the same time, they wanted to keep it as like private, of course. This is one of the main core in crypto, blockchain, cryptocurrencies. Yeah. Hence, this is how it's formed. What I personally think. Yeah. So it is very important to have DAOs exist in the current or futures or in the past because these people are the real enthusiasts. Yeah, they has hold a very really strong passions and understanding on how the underlying technologies of blockchains and how these will actually map it out and pave the futures on how we're developing. Yeah. So as we know, usually DAOs, they are people that share the same interests, yeah, not only from the very superficial side of parking it with finance, but also it well depth into really technical parts of how to build and really deployed the technologies into our day-to-day life. Yeah, this is what I see. They are very important, of course, but in order to drive them into a mass adoptions, as we mentioned, we really need to make this group of people voice into ideally like big group of financials or capital markets back body in terms to drive them or a government related body to really help moving the industry forward. Yeah, this is what I think.
Yeah, thank you. That's great thoughts. How about Lindy? Would you like to add on this topic?
I have maybe a slightly controversial opinion on DAOs. While on one hand the narrative is positive, the intention is positive that everybody has a say in certain decisions. But that being said, I don't believe that everybody has the necessary expertise to be able to make decisions. So while it is fair that maybe okay, let's say in a company or in an organization that there's 100 people and everybody has one vote, but not everybody has the background or the knowledge to vote on important things. For example, let's say certain legal things to do with regulation or legal, things that are maybe a bit more technical than the average person can understand. But you can't get the average person to vote on this, right? Because uh, what people might think on the surface to be very easy and very doable might have some second order effects that you don't know unless you have expertise in it. So I think perhaps there could be a hybrid in the sense that maybe on certain topics that these few people are of authority to vote, and within these few people, then there will be a DAO. So it's not like one person mandating an order down. There will still be some sort of a voting panel, but again, it will not be across the board to everybody, including people who don't know otherwise.
Yeah, totally agree. Anybody, Daria or Sue, do you have anything to say about DAOs?
I definitely do. DAOs actually is quite a powerful tool because it is the epitome of representation what community is and what Web3 community is. So in the past, we were just like a bunch of very nerdy kids that just grew with the industry. Now, DAOs is actually a very intentional thing, and a good DAO and a powerful DAO can do a lot of damage if left unattended, uncontrolled, and out of surveillance sight. So DAO is the definition of what people can do. So I would say don't mess with them, but also, always join a good one. It is always about the balance.
On that note, I have another question, follow-up question for this. Do you think that those DAOs are they all legit and then they are not tempered? Because there are so many just normal users coming into the space believing this is the cool stuff, wanting to participate in their governance. But do you think they are all, for example, a lot of them DAOs coming into launchpads? Do you think they are not tempered with the maybe team on the, I don't know, the question, right? You know what I mean.
There is always wonderful motto for the whole crypto space. Do your diligence, do your research, and keep yourself safe. Safe, sound, sane, and just be aware that we're still a bunch of strangers on the internet. Maybe nice strangers, but still strangers.
That's cool. Thank you so much for sharing that. And our last but not least question is about exploring the topic of interoperability in the blockchain ecosystem. Lindy, what progress has been made in achieving interoperability, and what challenges remain to be addressed in ensuring seamless connectivity and collaboration between disparate blockchain networks? So,
We
what is the struggle there still to achieve that interoperability?
we have been making a lot of progress. Whereas in the past, blockchains are siloed, blockchain ecosystems are siloed. So Ethereum is one ecosystem, Bitcoin is one ecosystem, Solana is one ecosystem, Cosmos is one ecosystem. But in recent years, especially in the last 2 years, there have been ways to bridge between the blockchain ecosystems. And that's actually my expertise. I mean, my company. And yeah, many have hopped on board as well. So because the nature of crypto, of how crypto began in the first place is like your little nerds in the garage, and they are very loyal to their own ecosystem. We but not necessarily in a logical way. So that we call them maxis. So say Bitcoin maxis, they just refuse to touch Ethereum. Ethereum maxis just refuse to touch Solana and so on. But nowadays people have opened up, and there actually is demand for cross-chain swaps, cross-chain bridges, especially because now we have just entered the bull market and there are many airdrops around the place. So different ecosystems have advantages for different kinds of projects, and usually people will want exposure to across the board. And also because to participate in these airdrop campaigns, there usually is a task for bridging and a task for swapping. For sure, there will be these tasks, and therefore, a lot of projects like Web3 wallets, like DeFi lending borrowing protocols, they will also, because they want this community, they also have to open access to cross chain. So and because there's a demand, so cross chain infrastructure like us, like Li.Fi, and like other infrastructure because to meet this demand by our B2B partners, we also have to implement it as fast as we can. So right now, for us, we have very successfully implemented Solana and EVM, cross chain between Solana and EVM. Phantom Wallet is using us for this. Then by this quarter, we will also be introducing Bitcoin. So there will be EVM to Bitcoin. So these three are the main big ones right now: Bitcoin, EVM, and Solana. Solana, as people said, Solana is dead just 1 year ago, but now Solana is becoming very hot. Bitcoin, especially with the layer 2s and the ordinals, and EVM has been around for quite some time and has been everybody's favorite for DeFi stuff. It is also not losing out in the game because a lot of the meme tokens and AI tokens are all built on Ethereum, and there's a restaking narrative and all that. So basically, there's a lot of things going on within these three ecosystems, and people don't necessarily want to stick to one. So we do see a lot of cross-chain swaps. I think it's about 50-50. So it's getting easier. It will get easier. Competition will get competition will get more and more challenging, but it's good for the greater community. So I see that it still has a long way to go for sure.
I think this interoperability brings like the scalability also, because the ecosystem itself is going to compete with each other and bring more scalability. And anyone wants to add on this topic, I actually love it. I have been researching on that last year. I remember, that's why I can relate a lot.
Right. I can actually add a real case. Yeah.
Sorry, just one thing I wanted to add is that I just saw on crypto Twitter that Unibot has split Solana bot. You know the Telegram bot Unibot. It only did EVM. They introduced this Solana bot that only did Solana. So now they have split. Well, I don't know. I personally I feel that it would have been better if they were just one protocol, like EVM and Solana together. So maybe it would have been stronger, but who knows? We'll see.
Right. Okay.
I would love to add as well, and this is just to kind of wrap up everything everyone said today. I'm sorry, my English left me. Interoperability.
It's a difficult world as blockchain is.
Yeah, okay, so interoperability actually is one of those things that kind of erases all the borders, because in the end, we still seek connection, we're still people, and every tag has people behind them, every protocol has people behind them, and the definition of those protocols being so different is because we as nations, as people, as teams, are very different as well. But with the ability to communicate and collaborate, we are technically building a new world, a new, more free world on one hand, a little bit more lonely world on the other hand. But it's still a new world, and the ability for protocols to actually cross-pollinate and cross-collaborate is opening up a lot of opportunities. Be you a day trader with incredible knowledge and background in finance, or you're a housewife somewhere in the Philippines. Doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, you'll still be using similar services. Sure, at different levels, because it's like with some couples where you share the same hobby, but at different levels. And it's the same thing with things like this. So at the end, we're still going to be in the same place, doing the same thing, just with different purpose. And I think that's all that matters, honestly. Whatever we're building it for other people. We're not building tech for the sake of it.
All right. Agreed, 100%.
I think we have already made some milestone. Yeah, in these industries, we have already achieved something, which is Chainlink with Swift. As you guys know, last year, August, Swift has with Chainlink. So we are very much actually, at least for myself, because I'm excited for the whole new efficiencies and how this interoperative ability to be actually added more efficiency. I would love to see in the futures, when we're doing across continents or country transactions of like real money, it can be done in actually 1 second. Yeah. So this is something that we have already achieved been so far. This is a really great like big step of combinations and really well blended within Web 2 and Web 3s. But of course, in the futures, we wanted to see more institutional grade and multi-billion real-world asset tokens into the DeFi, yeah, and block worlds previously reported, yeah.
That's great. Thank you. Sue, would you like to add something here?
Yeah, I do think that blockchain itself have their interoperability things inside it. Like, like we transfer from one person to one person. There's no gap between. There's nothing to block you in between. And even a lot of other blockchain, like like EVM based or Lindy said, and like other cross chain solutions. So I think that for now the interoperability is have different levels of interoperability, like for new users, for like for projects themselves. Are for me, like for projects, they need to open for that kind cross chains, and also like the multi-chain solutions to make their to connect all the communities of different, like maybe the community in Solana, communities in Ethereum, or like other blockchains. uh Except for, I think that Cardano, anyone here knows Cardano, and the IDA ones is very, they have a no bridge to other one except on the exchanges, for example. So it's very hard for projects to integrate Cardano. So actually the projects themselves have to open to like other network too, to make like um for the scaling of blockchain, and to connect to different communities. And for users, yeah, they need to get very well educated about blockchain and things to like to contribute to the interoperability of blockchain world, of Web3 world. So different levels, everyone can have their own missions, own way to approach them,
Great.
to advance the scaling and the interoperability of the Web3.
I'm pretty confident that we are getting there. Interoperability itself hasn't been a thing for the last couple of years, but we already see since last year multi-chains, as you mentioned just now, multi-bridge swaps as well. That's a very good milestone, like Carmen said, for us. Yes, well, that wraps up all the questions, but I would like to end this successful AMA with small brief sayings, maybe motivational talk to the, since we are doing this AMA session webinar in honor of celebration of Women's Day. Do you guys want to say anything to the women out there that wants to join, that wants to learn these hot topics that we just discussed today? Any good words to the fellow women in the space from our leaders here?
I think I can be the brave one.
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead.
I don't mind at this point. My big message would be simple. Don't be afraid. There are far worse things than not knowing something. There are far worse things of not being knowledgeable enough. But the worst sin in your life is not trying something at least once. So give it a try, enjoy your journey, and don't be afraid, because fear kills the brightest of ideas.
That's such a powerful words. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Lindy?
As my own personal motto,
Oh yeah.
I always open to opportunity, open to something new, excited about what I can learn the next day. Yeah, I think this is main, I would say, aptitude that you holding. Yeah, be a little bit more adventurous. Try something new every next week, next month, or even though you will learn something new. Yeah, be more encouraged. Yes. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you. Lindy, would you like to add?
I can go next. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, my message to women out there is that don't be afraid to try. Don't have this stereotype that blockchain technology is only for guys, because that's not
Yeah.
true. If you have the if you have the interest, don't be afraid that you'll be ostracized or that people will look at you in another way. Actually, the people in blockchain, because we are a small community, we are very close together and we are very happy to give you support no matter where you come from, no matter what your background is. You don't have to have a university degree, an engineering degree, or anything like that. Trust me, I don't have an engineering degree myself. I don't have a technical degree. Um, Basically, crypto is a lot about community, and women are strong at community and relationships. So we actually have an advantage.
True. So
Okay.
last.
A
Oh,
year.
I think I have you in
First,
the middle.
okay, first, I want to send all the words like thank you to all the ladies. You are so talented. I've learned a lot. Actually, like it's thanks to CoinW and Sitora and everyone in CoinW for holding these sessions because I think it's a good chance for me to get to learn from all you guys. You're so talented, and it's such you really encouraged me to learn more about this word. And I also want to tell to anyone who watching this live, maybe just later on if you watch the record of this live, yeah, just be confident and always have the attitude of learning and adopting the new things and experience it. I think that I also myself haven't had got any degrees in like engineering or thing like stuff, but I've learned like just online via like successful people, and I've gained a lot of things like not only financial things but also like knowledge and the networks from the Web3 is like super. It's easy to connect. It's easy to it's open door. Everyone can get in, and also like you can also earn money from that. You can learn from that and make friends from these words. And I'm just so happy to be here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. These are the great words, and I'm so glad and delighted to have hosted this AMA session by CoinW. And I've done some couple of AMAs in the past years, but this is my first time all inclusively with women, and I'm so excited to see more women coming into the space since we still have gender parity in not just blockchain, I would say in traditional finance itself too. So more to come, I hope, since the bull run is here too. Women will be included as well. Thank you so much. Shout out to our leaders, guests, awesome guests. Shout out to Carmen, Lindy Han, Sue, and Daria Varha. I'm so sorry until the end.
Okay, you got
You guys dropped some serious knowledges today, and I felt the same way. So I have a lot of things to learn. This space every day evolving, changing, so you have to keep up with it. So to all the viewers, thank you so much for dropping in, tuning in, and I just wanted to mention that CoinW is actually having a big event. So please check out their website, their socials, and yeah, stand the chance to win $1,000 prize pool. So thank you and stay safu until the next time. Also, I just want to shout out to the comments here to Phison community. I think a lot of fans for Lindy and Sue. Yeah.
yeah, we did like some like pre-marketing for this one, and I think that they got a small mini games actually. Like you guys joined and also comments and also like stay interactive to the end, and then you can have some lucky gifts from Thailand.
This is all about community, right? This is how we take community first
Yeah, thanks
rewards.
everyone. But
Yeah.
I think that you're gonna have a lot of support from here. Thanks
Thank you
everyone.
so much.
Thank you.
Bye
Have a
bye.
great day,
Until
everyone.
the next
Bye.
time.
Take care.
Everybody.
Yeah.